Again, Lanre, so congratulations on Inter Lagos FC.
Thank you.
Co-founder,
Thank you.
chairman. Again, doing great things at a young age. And again, we just have to commend you.
Thank you.
So please just tell us, how did that come about? I remember when you posted it on social media, everyone went crazy because like how the hell did this just happen? So can you just give us like some background info, like how that came about and how it's going so far?
So I've always known that, I've always said to myself that I was going to own a football team.
Okay.
But I thought it would be when I'm much older and whatnot. But the opportunity came earlier this year. So I'd met my other co-founder and we were thinking of what to do in the sports space. And he was like, we should do a restaurant league. And I was like, man, that's going to be, it's going to be long to be organizing a restaurant league. So imagine like calling Slow and all these places to bring players. How can we even verify that these people actually work at their restaurants? Like, maybe we should start a team. And then I think my co-founder disappeared for like a month or two. And then he calls me and he's like, bro, let's start a football team. And there was excitement in my head, like everything. I was like, cool, let's do it. So we met, even our other co-founder, the three of us met, spoke about like the sort of football team we want to build or have, the issues in Nigerian football and how we'll go about it. And we registered the company.
Again, taking these steps, what's your mindset? Are you like excited? I think for me, sometimes when I get anxious about things, like it's because I really want to do it. And it's like that anxiety, but it's that excitement as well. So for you, like those moments, like are you like, you know what, I've made my mind up, I'm going for it, like I'm excited to do this and nothing is stopping me? Or is there any bit of like apprehension or anything where you're just like, you know what, let's do this, let's go for it?
No, I was just like, yeah, let's do it. I was excited, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, let's get it done. I was already thinking of how we could already like what the name of the team could be, the base of the team, how we'll find players, getting the slot in the NNL because obviously we started in the NNL.
Of course.
Registering the football team, we thought about everything, and we're like, yeah.
Even the name was just perfect as well. Like it just came up with like Inter Lagos FC.
Yeah, so I was thinking like, there's Inter Milan, there's AC Milan, there's Inter Miami. Lagos is an iconic city or state. It's time let Lagos have something like this, and we came up with the name International Lagos, short Inter Lagos.
So in terms of what's the process in terms of getting an NNL sports, because you don't have to divulge maybe like personal details or private details, but like in terms of how difficult was that to do? Like what were the main challenges in terms of getting this done?
So we had to find a team that didn't want to play in the league anymore. So we just spoke to them and
were able
to reach an agreement. And then the madness started.
So how your day-to-day now, what would you say? Actually, before we even get into that, there's just more background information. So you set up your team, you've got your colors. So in terms of recruiting players, how did that go?
So we started interviewing people for the role of the head coach, general manager, chief scouts. So we spoke to a lot of people. But with the coach, so basically what happened was, after every interview with every potential head coach, myself and my partners will maybe talk the next day. But with this particular coach, immediately after we spoke, we were like, this is the guy for the job. So we actually first hired a chief scout. Then we hired the coach, they hired the general manager. So we started to think, how can we get players that... Because one thing I told the coach is I want, apart from their ability, they have to be good people. Because we don't want a situation where players are playing us. We want people that are upstanding citizens. And even the sort of people we want, even when they leave the club, they're better than they came. Not just their ability, but as human beings. So we went through a very, very long recruitment phase. They had to bring in players from all around the country, camp them,
Were there a lot of trials or?
A lot. We camped them. We were feeding them twice a day, which I don't think is done in trials in Nigeria. But we were feeding the players because we want to do things differently in Inter Lagos. So that was.
So would you say you have a philosophy like for your team? So maybe like how you want like I said, recruitment. So you said you want good people, good human beings as well. Do you have a style of play you want your coach to implement, or do you leave? You know how there's some owners that like now try to start, imprinting their beliefs on things in the coach, or do you have just let the coach handle the style of play and handle the football aspect?
Yeah, so we just let the coach, and we don't want to be those.
Yeah, not Abramovich.
No, well, not Abramovich, but we're not those owners that are
too
very
hands-on.
controlling.
Okay,
no. You said you can do the job, right? I'll give you the job. My own is we produce results.
So what's your day-to-day like now as a co-founder, chairman? I guess you're handling all aspects.
It is madness because I'm doing Inter Lagos, I'm doing Plug Sports at the same time. So it is madness. These days when I go to sleep, I don't go to sleep. I pass out.
Wow.
I pass out. So
but you're enjoying it.
I'm enjoying it. I'm not complaining at all. I'm enjoying it. Like every single step.
Well, you know you have to rest too.
Yeah.
So day to day, obviously very, very long hours, and you said obviously the challenge of juggling both ventures. But with Inter Lagos now, what are your goals? What are your aims in the next few years? Because obviously we know it's tough. Obviously it's tough owning a club. It's tough in the Nigerian environment. But what would you say your goals and aims are for the club?
To be one of the. When you're saying Nigeria, when you're talking about Nigeria, you have to talk about us. You have to talk about Inter Lagos, that this football team in Nigeria that if you happen to be in Lagos, you have to catch an Inter Lagos game because one, they play fantastic football. It's a vibe in their stadium. We're producing players that go on to play in the national team at all levels. So from under 17s up to the first team.